Blue check marks are losing their mind again because of course they are, and they're losing it because Joe Rogan had a conversation with Alex Jones. They don't like when people have conversations. They don't like when people have dialogue. They like to make blanket accusations without any context whatsoever. They like to sit in the corner of their house and wear a mask and cry and claim that everyone is going to die. They drive around in their car all alone wearing a mask because these are the stupid people that they are. But of course, when it's time to go out and loot and burn buildings down, we don't need masks. We don't need to worry about social distancing. The virus does not come after social justice. That is who the blue check marks are. They are a twisted and demented group of people that do not believe in what they say. They only believe in doing it on Twitter so that they can project. It's all projection. They are all about themselves looking good. That is it. That is the reality of the situation. And we're going to take a look at some of these nonsensical weirdos right now losing their mind. Right here. Here's Joe Rogan spreading anti-vax conspiracies with Alex Jones and the apparently pro-rape comedian Tim Dillon. Great job on giving this a platform, Spotify.
There are plenty of interesting debates on how to navigate free speech in the current age. None of them need to entertain for a second whether Alex Jones should be given a long interview on one of the biggest, most lucrative podcasts in the world. Such a bad look, Spotify.
Oh my God, Oliver Darcy.
Here is Spotify's Joe Rogan giving Alex Jones a platform after Spotify deplatformed Jones back in 2018.
This is absolute nonsense.
It's the platforming of Alex Jones that's the big problem. The skewing of a very specific problem with vaccination schemes somehow comes in lesser. It's all horrendous. It is all horrendous. Platforming Alex Jones is so dangerous. And then they're not even getting the specifics of the story, which is important.
I can't keep the voice. I can't keep doing the voice. Let me try one more time here for Nathan Bernard.
Joe Rogan hosted far-right conspiracy theorist Alex Jones on his podcast today. They pushed anti-vax conspiracies and broadcast banned InfoWars videos. Rogan continuing to platform these far-right sickos is incredibly gross and dangerous.
There is a 100% guarantee that these are the same types of men that get on social media and call other men toxic, and then when no one's around, they are harassing women and saying the worst things imaginable to these women. These are the types of people that you should definitely watch out for. The people that project all over social media, they are nuts. In just 5 hours, the podcast has garnered over 1 million views on YouTube, and it has 121,000 upvotes to only 4,000 down. Reminder that a lot of blue check marks reside in a bubble, and normal people find Alex Jones entertaining as hell. He's the crazy uncle who goes on hilarious rants. Well, he's not the crazy uncle, but he's definitely entertaining as hell. And I've evolved my position on Alex Jones once I stopped listening to the noise surrounding him and just started paying attention to what he's saying. And time has been very, very kind to him. You know, it is what it is. These are the weirdos that dominate so much of the conversation on social media, but in the big scheme of things in the real world, they don't matter. They don't matter. They wouldn't say any of this stuff to you to your face. I've had opportunities to talk to a lot of these blue check marks, me being so tied up into the woke Star Wars nonsense over the last few years and calling out Disney and Lucasfilm for their bullshit. And so many of these blue check marks would say these horrible things about me, but I tried to confront many of them at Star Wars Celebration, and some of the more prominent ones absolutely avoided me at all cost. All I'm trying to do is have a conversation with you. All I'm trying to do is shake your hand and have a conversation like a grown man. But in 2020 now, they've even made it to where shaking hands is literally trying to kill you, because that is the left-leaning nonsense right there. But yes, they will run from you. I am not an imposing guy. I'm tall and skinny. And all I'm trying to do is have a conversation with these weirdos and they can't do it. The only reason I was aware of them is because they would go after me and say all of these horrible things. And when you confront them in real life, they run. They run like the betas that they are, because they're really strong and really tough when it comes to their keyboards and their Twitter accounts and their blue check marks. But when the real world walks right up to them, they run like the bitches that they are. And that represents all of those blue check marks that we were just looking at right there. They cry, they whine, and they follow the mainstream narrative. They don't have any objectivity whatsoever. They don't have any critical thinking whatsoever. It's all about crying and whining because they've been told Alex Jones is the boogeyman. They've been told he's the worst thing ever to literally exist. And instead of listening and understanding and trying to educate themselves, they just cry on Twitter. That's what they do. And it is hilarious to watch it all play out. The best thing about the upcoming election for a lot of people is going to be to see the reaction from the left if Donald Trump wins. If he wins, it is going to be the greatest collection of SJW meltdowns we have ever seen. You thought 2016 was fantastic, and it was. It was absolutely fantastic. But my goodness, if he wins in 2020, after all of the fear-mongering they've done, out of all of the nonsense that they have spewed, if he wins, it is going to be the greatest meltdown we have ever witnessed. So, if you're on the fence and you are into memes, and you're into really funny videos, I would suggest that you definitely vote for Trump, just so you can get that amazing content. If anything, if you're not really into politics, you're like, I'm not really into politics, not really sure what to think. You know, I hear all this stuff about Trump, I hear all this stuff about Biden. I'm not really sure what to think. Well, if you are one of those few people out there, and if you like memes, and if you like funny videos, vote for Trump, because there's going to be some glorious memes that are produced out of all of this. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Smash the melee button if you don't mind. Just remember, every time you like a video, you make an SJW cry. Every time you like a video on this channel, an SJW sheds more tears. And we all love when SJWs shed those tears. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Vote for Trump. Vote in person. And we will talk to you later.